Wittenberg Academy's Elementary Latin 2 course. Our book is Minimus Secundus, and we're ready for Lesson 4, October, A New Way of Life in Eboracum. After saying goodbye to Flavia and Gaius, the family eventually arrives to Eboracum. Their new home is near the soldiers' fortress. They set off to explore. Quis est? Quis est? Ecce, Barates adest. Ecce Barates adest. Amicus meus est. Amicus meus est. Barates vexillarius est. Barates vexillarius est. Okay, so we're obviously encountering some new words, so let us turn the page to page 28 and take a look at our vocabulary. Amicus, amicus is a friend. Amphoras, amphoras are jars. Clavi, clavi, those are nails. Ferrarius, ferrarius is a blacksmith. Figlina, figlina is a pottery workshop. Figulus, figulus is a potter. Flumen, flumen is a river. Fornax, fornax is a forge. Frumentum, frumentum, that's grain. Horium, horium is a granary. Naves, naves are ships. Oli, oli are pots. Potterai, potterai are bowls. Vexillarius, vexillarius, that's a flag seller. Here's a verb, condera, means to store, condera. Tu means you, and cum means with. All right, so back to our first panel. Quis est, that's who is this, or who is it. Ecce, behold. Barates adest, Barates is here. Amicus meus est, he is my friend. Barates vexillarius est, Barates is a flag seller. Barates is from Syria, but traveled to Britain to trade with the Roman army. He sells beautiful cloth and makes flags. He shows the family around Eboracum. Quis est? Tu quoque vexillarius est? Quis est? Tu quoque vexillarius est? Who are you? You also, quoque, you also are a flag seller? Minime, ego figulus sum. Ego figulus sum. Not at all, minime, I am a potter. Quid est? Quid est? What is it? What is this? Figlina est. Figlina est. It is a pottery shop. In figlina sunt potterai et oli. In figlina sunt potterai et oli. In a pottery shop there are potterai, bowls, and oli, pots. Quis est? Tu quoque figulus est? Quis est? Tu quoque figulus est? Who are you? You also are a potter, a figulus? Minime, ego ferrarius sum. Minime, ego ferrarius sum. Not at all, I am a blacksmith. Quid est? Fornax est. Fornax est. It is a forge. Ecce, sunt clavi et gladii. Sunt clavi et gladii. It's a furnace. Behold, there are clavi, nails, and gladii, swords. Transflumen est horium. In horio multum frumentum est. Transflumen est horium. In horio multum frumentum est. Across the river, transflumen, there is a granary, a horium. In the horium, in the granary, in horio, there is much grain. Horium maximum est. Horium maximum est. The horium is big, very big. Ituero, necessa est nobis fermentum condera. Ituero, necessa est nobis fermentum condera. Ituero is yes indeed. Necessa est, it is necessary. Nobis, for us. It is necessary for us, fermentum condera, to store grain. To store grain. Multe naves in flumine sunt. Familia naves spectat. Multae naves in flumine sunt. Familia naves spectat. Many ships, multi naves, many ships are in the river. The family looks at the ships. Ecce, naves cum amphoris egalia advenient. Ecce, naves cum amphoris egalia advenient. Behold, the ships with amphoris, amphorae, they're this kind of special kind of jar with a tapered bottom, so you could put them in like little cup holders, and they would stay in the ship and not bang into each other. That's why they're shaped like that, and you could stack them on top of each other that way. Behold, ships with jars, advenient, are coming here from Gaul, from France. All right, grasp the grammar. When we're telling a story, we don't want to keep repeating the names of all the main characters. For example, Barates comes from Syria. Barates is a flag seller. Barates shows the family around Boracum. In place of the name Barates, it's much easier to use the word he. Words that stand in the place of nouns are called pronouns. In English, we use pronouns much more often than in Latin. Remember that in chapter 1, you learned that Latin verbs don't need a separate word to show who is doing the action. The verb ending tells us who is doing it. So if we want to say he shows in Latin, we can just say demonstra. If we want to say I show, we just say demonstro. The Romans only used pronouns for emphasis or to make a contrast. For example, I support Newcastle, but you are a Liverpool fan. But you, of course, are neither because you don't watch soccer. It's un-American. Look back at pictures 3 and 5 on page 27. Find the two little Latin words that mean I and you. All right, pages 3 and 5. 3 and 5. Tu quoque, tu, that means you. And in 5, there it is again, tu quoque means you, and ego means I. So that's giving emphasis. These are called personal pronouns. Remember that they are only used for emphasis. Redraft this paragraph, replacing the nouns with pronouns. Well, if that's your style, go ahead and do that. Continuing on. Flavius and Lepidina arrive in Oboracum. Oboracum is much bigger than Windolanda. Flavius and Lepidina see Barates. Barates takes Flavius and Lepidina to the river. Barates shows the warehouse to Flavius and Lepidina. Flavius and Lepidina look at the warehouse. See, so you can replace all these names with pronouns. So Flavius and Lepidina arrive in Oboracum. Oboracum is much bigger than Windolanda. He and she see Barates. He takes Flavius and Lepidina. So you can change all of those to pronouns if you like to get the hang of it. But for now, the only pronouns you've learned are ego, I, and tu, you. So that's fine for now. Page 30, Latin roots. Use your knowledge of Latin to work out the meaning of the underlined words in each sentence. We parked in a multi-story car park. A multiplex, multilingual, multiracial, multiply, maximus. You get the idea. Multi means many. And then you can read more about Oboracum, or Yarvik, or York, a town that has had many names throughout history. Read all about that on page 30 if you like. But as for your Latin, you need to study, of course, the words in chapter 4, make new flashcards, and then you'll be ready for the second part of chapter 4, and then a quiz this week.